If you're running a service business with like a team that travels to customers, so your plumbers, HVAC, cleaning companies, etc., this is for you. So my name is Kenneth Chiba. I'm a AI consultant running a company called Mirai AI. So one of my clients is actually a cleaning company. So this is kind of just a case study of how AI can be used in a business. So within that company, my role was to act as the operator and see what I could do to automate things from inside of the business, right? And one of the things I immediately picked up on, like within a week of working there, was ETA collection for the cleaner. So, like, how do we know what time the cleaners are going to show up? Because the company's in LA, and if you live in LA or have been to LA before, you probably know a thing or two about the traffic there. So, it's a crazy wide range for the ETAs. So this was the current way that, or the old way that we were doing things, which was I literally was just WhatsApping the business owner, hey, what's the ETA? What's the ETA? What's the ETA of this cleaner, that cleaner, right? Because the business owner was in charge of communications with cleaners. I was more customer facing, and that's why I was asking for the ETAs, right? So every single day I'd end up messaging, calling, or waiting for updates, and then multiply that by like as many as 10 to 12 cleanings a day. You can see why this quickly became a headache, right? So the solution I came up with was a custom automation I set up with N8N, which is an automation platform. So you can basically plug in multiple pieces of software into it and use AI to basically do tasks within each software platform. Supabase, which is a online database software, Vappy, which is an AI voice platform, Slack, which is a like team communication platform, right, for businesses, Gmail, and then Launch 27. Launch 27 is a CRM that is specific to the cleaning industry, right? It's a CRM and scheduling platform. So basically, the way it would work, or the way what I set up would work, is that first the scheduling software would send the schedules of the day to an email account. The N8N workflow would then every day at a set time pull from the daily schedules the day's cleanings, and then based on that would fill in what phone numbers to call into Supabase. And then after that, step three, that N8N workflow every day would basically like every 5 minutes trigger and go, okay, does it make sense to call these cleaners based on this arrival window, right? So let's say the arrival window was 9 to 10 a.m., right? I set it so that it would make sense to call the cleaners between 9, literally 9 to 10 a.m., right? So if the N8N workflow triggered at 8:30, it wouldn't call them, but if it triggered at 9:30, it would call the cleaners, right? And then step four, alpha, is that if we did receive their ETA from that call, the N8N workflow would actually process the transcript and then update Supabase and send a message into Slack. The reason we're using Slack was that this company wasn't using a communication platform outside of WhatsApp. And I figured, if the company's trying to grow, this would also just be like two birds with one stone. It's a clean interface that shows, hey, the ETA for this cleaner is this time, but also it's a place where his team members and office admin staff can communicate with each other. And then step 4B is if we called them twice and no ETA was received, the NAN workflow would actually text the cleaners. And then if we called them a third time and nothing happened, we'd get notified in Slack and say, hey, we've called this cleaner 3 times, nothing's happened. Please get their ETA. And so like AI is basically reminding us. And so, transparently, this is kind of, again, a case study of like how AI can be used in a business, because I found that it is incredibly difficult to articulate this and its potential value in a cold email, right? Or a cold DM. So that's the reason for this video. Hopefully this helps and is semi useful to someone.